Hi, I'm Gary, and you're watching My Startup Get to Know. My name is Gary. I'm the CEO and founder of LinkUp Smart Solutions. So we are a smart home solution provider that's focused on providing lifestyle convenience and security. So a bit about myself. I'm somebody who likes technology a lot, right? So I think back in the days, my very first computer was a machine called XT, right? And it has this huge floppy disk, right? And where you can play games, right? So I think I was quite thankful that my parents actually subscribed internet access for me very early in the days, right? And it was provided by Jarring, and we had those dial-up connections, right? So that's how it started, right? I think my interest really began from there, right? I really get to deepen my interest with the technology like internet, right? Been exposed to me at an early age, right? So from there onwards, I already know from the start that I wanted to venture into the technology sector. So LinkUp Smart Solutions, right, is a smart home solution provider that's focused in delivering state-of-the-art and innovative smart home integrated solution, right? So this really includes like home automation, security, and surveillance. So I think one of the main problems today, right, especially in the smart home market, is that you have got many devices in the market. And to control devices from different brands, you have got multiple apps. So imagine today, if you have got like 5 different devices from different brands, you will need to use 5 apps just to control them. So it really spoils the user experience and it's a hassle. So the solution that we bring today, right, to the market is that we are able to control all different branded devices using a single app. And this proprietary app is called the LinkUp Control app and is developed in-house by our team. I think the first challenge that we have, obviously, smart home solution itself, right? The idea of smart home is fairly new in the market, right? So it requires us to really educate the market, the consumers as well, on the benefits, how smart home can actually help them in their daily life, right? I think that's the first challenge, right? Secondly, I think there's always this persistent concern about privacy, data privacy. I think that is addressed, right, with our system, right? Our system is built very securely with privacy in mind, right? So I think again it comes down to the education, and thirdly it comes down to the high entry of barriers, high barrier entry of cost, right? Obviously it comes down to cost and your budget, right? So I think in most people's mindset, right, owning a smart home solution today costs a lot, but in reality it doesn't need to be as such, right? So I think that is some of the misconceptions that the market might have. How are we going to capitalize on these opportunities is, I think today, LinkUp is not only providing smart home solutions, right? We are already working with various property developers, for instance, right, to perform smart city planning, smart township planning. I think that's one, right? On a B2B front, right, we are also working with our other partners to develop other solutions. For instance, like for elderly care, today we are partnering Care Concierge on using technology to help elderlies, right, in their facility. And one example of this is we have developed like a sort of solution called a fall detection mechanism. So whenever elderly actually fall down, right, in the facility, the system will actually pick it up through a camera and will report it to the nursing center, right? So these are some of the things that we do, right, to capitalize on the opportunity. Obviously, it's a very huge market. The LinkUp system, right, is very versatile, right? We can obviously adapt it to various sectors. For instance, smart manufacturing as well, right? Our solutions comes with, I think, various sensors, right? Even including industrial grade sensors that we can actually use to optimize manufacturing facilities as well. So I believe, right, really strategic collaboration can really drive us way further, right? So one example of this is our partnership with Maxis today. So we are part of the Maxis 5G Alliance program, right? We are one of the companies in the program, right? And through this kind of collaboration, right, we actually get insights, we get the opportunity to work with Maxis to understand how our own technology, right, can work with their connectivity to drive better value for our customers, right? So today, even in Maxis, right, our solution in their lab, right, we actually work with them, we actually perform R&D on how we can actually further this kind of technology and use cases, right, to be applied in the industry. The other thing is we also partner with property developers, right? Today, right, you will see a lot of initiative being done in smart city planning, right? So I think that is where we want to drive this kind of initiative with property developers, where you use the latest sensors, you use the latest solutions to improve really the lives of people living in your township. The third initiative that I'm looking forward to is, of course, to work with government bodies, right? Especially the city council planning team, really sharing what solutions are in place and how they can actually use these solutions to improve the life, to better everyone's life. I think 5G obviously has got a very significant impact, not only to the smart home and IoT industry, but I think to every industry, right? But specifically for the IoT and smart home industry, I think it has got a very, very significant impact. Reason being, right, I think 5G provides you with more bandwidth, faster speed, lower latency, right? And this is very important because they are the core backbone and connectivity for our solution. So for instance, if we want to do surveillance for a whole township, we can really transmit much better video quality at a faster rate through the 5G solution. And then if you look at the most of our solution, we leverage on sensors, right? So to make things seamless, right, the connectivity has to be really stable, really good. So the impact of 5G really has got a lot of impact, like I mentioned. I think another thing is the fact that it has got more bandwidth, means more devices will be connected eventually to the internet, right? It will be network. Everything, right, will be riding on this 5G connectivity as a backbone. So I think there are a few mechanisms to date, right? Number one, I think we are heavily invested in R&D today for LinkUp. As mentioned, we are very tech-driven, right? So even in our own office, right, it's like a living lab. We are always purchasing new devices to test, right? So that we are aligned with the industry. We know what is offered. We are able to test, the advantages and the weaknesses of new devices that are introduced to the market. Secondly, we also attend, trade fairs and conferences. I think this helps us to really keep up to date, right? So for instance, like every year we attend a few expos, right? A Smart City Expo, Smart Security Expo. So this actually really gives us an idea and knowledge, right, of what our partners, other companies are doing, right? And thirdly, of course, to keep abreast, right, of all the developments in the market, we actually study our competitors as well, and really to see, and checkpoint, right, whether are we on the right track. Okay, I think one advice that I would offer to upcoming startups is really to be focused, to be very focused on the customer's problem, the pain points, right? And really to drive your solution towards, solving these kind of pain points, right? I think sometimes, right, especially for startup, we try to do too many things too quickly. So I think with a certain degree of focus, it helps to drive the right roadmap and strategy over time. Yeah, so I think that's the advice that I would give.